Hey, it's Chuck. If you've ever reported workplace bullying and walked away feeling like you were the problem, or if you've quietly been talked out of saying anything at all, then this one's for you. Let's dive into it. Most people who are being bullied at work eventually get to a moment where they decide to do something about it. And most of them, when they do, run into something that they weren't prepared for. The system they trusted to protect them protects the person doing it instead. And that experience of going to HR or a supervisor or someone with authority and having it go nowhere or get worse is itself a form of harm that doesn't get talked about enough. Here's what you need to hear. Like, seriously, play this video over and over until it sinks in. HR is not your advocate. HR exists to manage risk for the organization. When you walk into that office with a bullying complaint, the calculation being made on the other side of that desk is not how do we protect this employee? It's how do we manage the situation with the least legal and reputational exposure for the company? Those are not the same objective, and confusing them is one of the most costly mistakes the target of workplace bullying can make. The person doing the bullying is usually knows this. That's part of why the behavior continues. Workplace bullies, particularly those in positions of authority, operate within a sophisticated read on what the system will and will not act on. They stay just inside the lines of what's documentable. They build relationships with the people who have the authority to stop them. They make sure that their version of events is already in circulation long before yours. By the time a target decides to formally report, the bully frequently has already managed the narrative. Dr. Loraleigh Keashly at Wayne State University has studied organizational responses to workplace bullying extensively. What her research shows is that institutional non-responses, doing nothing, minimizing the complaint, or conducting a review that produces no meaningful change, is the most common outcome when workplace bullying is formally reported. And that non-response doesn't just fail to resolve the situation, it communicates to the target that the organization has made its choice. That communication lands and it does its own damage on top of everything else. This is not an argument for silence, it's an argument for going in with your eyes open. So what you do with that is before you report anything formally, build your record independently. Dates, specific incidents, exact language, witnesses, keep it off company systems. Somewhere where the organization does something that an organization doesn't own. A formal complaint without documentation is your word against someone with more institutional protection than you. Documentation shifts that equation. Step 2, consult an employment attorney before you put anything in writing with your employer. Many offer free initial consultations. HR's job is to protect the organization. Knowing your rights before that conversation changes what you say, what you ask for, and what you're willing to put into writing. That one conversation is frequently the difference between a process that goes nowhere and one that actually produces accountability. I'm Chuck, the Bald Therapist. Work on you. Think no bullshit. Even from the people in HR. Remember that you matter, and have a gentle rest of your day.